Hello, my name is Nikki, and I'm a third-year PhD student at CIIS. I'm excited to be here to talk a little bit about how I've used autoethnography to decolonize my research and myself. Through a decolonial Black feminist lens, I am examining Black mothers who have experienced childhood trauma. Specifically, I am researching how Black mothers who are trauma survivors navigate the dual pressures of caregiving and survival and move toward liberation from generational trauma cycles. As I think about conducting research, I imagine darkened feminist educator Cynthia Dillard encouraging me as she states how critical it is for Black women to bring our spirituality, our politics, our spiritual consciousness, and our creativity to everything we do, to everything we live. Autoethnography has given me an opportunity to be fully present in my scholarship. So who am I? I am a firstborn daughter born from Georgia clay. I am the daughter of teachers and social workers who fed, clothed, and mentored children after school. I am the child of protesters and actors, intercessors and poets. I come from women who fled the South, bad marriages, and bad habits to ensure their children's safety. I am a mother moving from hidden shames to broken cycles to joyful liberation, and I am here fully as both researcher and participant. As a researcher, I have to acknowledge that the research process itself has its roots in colonialism. Therefore, I ask, how can we reclaim the research process to center liberation? What stories about ourselves and our communities have been silenced to fit into academic norms? And what happens if those stories are told instead? Writing about decolonial research, Catherine Walsh states, decoloniality implies the recognition and undoing of the hierarchical structures of race, gender, heteropatriarchy, and class. The undoing is active. Feminist anthropologist Janetta B. Cole asserts that the work is more than an intellectual endeavor. It must do something. It must participate in some way in the active struggle against racism, sexism, and all other systems of inequality. Antonia Darder has written extensively on decolonial scholarship. She presents 4 key characteristics. First, decolonial research is emancipatory. The goal is to dismantle oppressive structures and theories. It centers the voices of those with lived experiences of oppression. Decolonial research is a deeply physical, emotional, and spiritual activity. And the decolonial researcher is an unapologetically political participant. Research that is liberatory can be found in a story. So most of us here love a good story, and we're also here because we love research. Indigenous scholar Margaret Kovach posits that story is research, as it provides insights from observations, experience, interactions, and intuitions that assist in developing a theory about a phenomena. She likens data collection to the gifting of one story to a researcher. Autoethnography and storytelling can be a tool for decolonization. The use of personal narratives disrupt dominant discourse about the nature of research, specifically that it must be objective, and be analyzed in a reductive manner. Through storytelling, we can uplift marginalized voices and reclaim the agency of the researched. We acknowledge the researcher as an active participant in meaning making and recognize that the conclusions that we draw have real world political consequences. Reflexivity is key to autoethnography in the decolonization of self and research. Reflexivity is the act of examining one's own assumptions, beliefs, and judgment systems, and thinking carefully and critically about how these influence the research process. Through reflexivity, we question our own internalized colonial ideologies, our own internalized oppression. We examine intersections of race, gender, class, and our other identities, and question our cultural biases. Each of these will influence the stories we choose to tell, the theories we choose to embrace, and the ways in which we analyze our data. Autoethnography and decolonial research start with a story, one that is personal, where subjective knowledge is expected, first-hand accounts are valid, and marginalized voices and analyses are unsilenced. They are embodied practices, honoring alternate ways of knowing and the use of multiple senses. We collect data not just from what we observe with our eyes. Data can emerge from memories, dreams, and intuitive insights while journaling. We recognize while narratives may be personal, they have wide cultural roots, and the personal and the cultural are political. For me, autoethnography has been a tool for decolonizing in the following ways. I'm empowered to center my lived experiences as a Black mother and a trauma survivor. I disrupt colonial research paradigms by positioning personal stories as valid research. I encourage ongoing reflection. I engage in ongoing reflection and connect my personal experiences to broader systems. And I connect my work to larger movements of collective liberation for Black mothers and families. About using our voice, Black feminist scholar Patricia Hill Collins states, I remain less preoccupied about coming to voice. Because I know how quickly voice can be taken away. My concern now lies in finding effective ways to use the voice that I have claimed while I have it. Autoethnography is not just a methodology, it is a means of healing, liberation, and resistance. So I challenge you to think of how you will use your voice while you still have it. Thank you.